Hey everyone. So I want to talk about equity in grading with the beginning of the school year. With us starting to have papers come in and grade things, I want to talk about some of the challenges that EL students may have. So when learning a new language, it's much easier if the languages line up. So if the word that you're trying to teach your student, if the word exists in their existing language, if it's in their native language, it's much easier for the student to memorize it, right? So if I'm learning Spanish and my Spanish teacher says hola, that means hello. And so I know English, so I know the word hello, and I'm learning Spanish and the word hola means hello. So hello's in my language, hola, okay, it makes it much easier to memorize because the languages line up. Not all languages line up. So English has 170,000 words, approximately. These numbers are all approximate. And that doesn't include slang. Spanish has only 93,000, so it's half the words. It's still quite a few words that line up, but not all words do. Tagalog, the Filipino language, only has 30,000 words. Thai has fewer than 3,000 words. So imagine a student, which we currently have, a Thai student, who has a base language of 3,000 words. That's if she knows every single word in her language, trying to learn English, where the words don't line up. And so when you're having to, a student's having to learn a word that doesn't exist in their native language, they now have to create an abstract definition of that word. So I use the example of majestic. So in English, if a person knows majestic and understands majestic and has this like total concept of what the word majestic means, and so a person who is now coming from learning the language, coming from a different native language, English speakers trying to explain what majestic means, and that student doesn't have that concept in their native language, so they have to kind of use the best word they have, right? So if you're a teacher and you're looking for the word majestic, and your English learner doesn't really understand majestic because it's not in their native language, so they use the word pretty. Now, pretty may not mean majestic, but it's the only word they have, so they say pretty. And so as teachers, it might be easy to go, well, that student doesn't know the words, they haven't memorized it, they don't know blah, 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 versus going, okay, it doesn't really mean pretty, but I kind of know what you mean, like you're getting there, right? And then you can really work on explaining majestic and trying to create that abstract definition. But it's much more challenging if your EL student, your English learner, doesn't have the existing word in their native language. And so because of that, your EL student may not always give you the answer that they want to give you. So they can understand a concept and understand the content if it were in their native language. And so they have all these great ideas. But they're trying to say it to you in English, not having the English words to express it. So they're doing their best. So if we're looking at equity in grading, then that's how, as teachers, we can if we understand that, as teachers we can say, okay, I want to give all of my students an equal opportunity to earn an A. Now, the native English speakers will maybe have an easier time than someone learning the English language. But it doesn't mean that the student learning the English language doesn't understand the content. They just may not have the language yet for that content. Now, of course, the easy response is, well, let's teach them the language. Well, yeah, that's what we're doing, right, through instruction. But some of these words, the student has to create their own abstract definition in their mind, which is difficult, which is challenging. So as teachers, it's great for our English learners if we can understand that, if we can hear what the student's saying and in our mind go, okay, it's not the exact words I'm looking for. Let me give you the exact words I'm looking for, but I understand the intent of what you're saying. So you have the equal opportunity to earn an A, right? So you'll get the A because I know you know what you mean, even if you're not giving me the exact words. Again, we're talking about equity and grading. Now, to end this video, before you go like, wait, what? Didn't your last video say to treat our ELD students like everyone else? Yes, it did. With the understanding that there's a perception, if we can take the purpose of what I'm saying. in ELD, with the English learner, sometimes there's a perception that we have to teach our ELs differently, drastically differently. When the reality is there is a small amount of English learners that need more specialized instruction. I don't know if that's the right word, but like our EL 1s and 2s for sure need a lot of assistance because they're definitely brand new to the language. We have a small amount on campus here. The EL 3s too, to a point. But by the time a student's at EL 4, they're conversationally fluent. So my point to that video was teach all your students well. Use more visuals. Use prior knowledge, scaffolding. That's great strategies for all students. And if you do that, you're going to teach your ELD students very well. There's that perception that ELD students need to be treated differently. We want to break that perception. Just teach all your students well. Treat them all really well. Teach them all well. This, however, is a language knowledge issue or an ability. So they may not know the word that they're trying to express, but they understand the content. So, what can we do to help? How can we help? If we can grade EL students, English learner students, writings and responses based on the intent of what they're trying to say, right? Like, you didn't use the exact words I expected, but I totally know what you mean, and I feel that you understand what you're talking about, even if you're not using the exact words. And give them the equal opportunity to earn an A as someone who's a native English speaker. And always think too, like, if my EL student had all of the exact appropriate words, would he or she earn an A? And if the answer is yes, then I would hope that the EL student would have the opportunity to get the A, even if they didn't use the exact words, but you're like, I know what you're talking about. You know the concept, so we're good.